Welcome to Veggie Farming. I'm Stacy, and today I'm going to show you around my fall garden setup. I started most of my seeds in my arrow gardens around the middle of August, and I normally don't put them outside until we cool down a bit and at least get into the 80s. So normally that's about the first week of October. But this year I'm doing the collards and cabbage 2024 challenge, and so I'm gonna get some of my seedlings at this point put outside today. So let me show you around. Right over here is the latest arrow garden that I planted. So I planted this on September 10th, and it's just all of my Asian greens and lettuce, and they don't take as long to grow, so I started these last. Over in this next section, I'm going to show you is actually my first round of seedlings that I planted. And I actually didn't have the light low enough, and I let them get really leggy. So I had to transplant them earlier than I normally would so that I could get them planted deeper to help with the legginess. And it has worked so far. And then right underneath here, I will show you some of the first seedlings that I planted. And they are just more of the initial seedlings that I started as well. There's some herbs and kale. And these are the largest of the first ones that I planted. And they are definitely ready to go outside. These two arrow gardens are what we'll be working on today. I have kales and collards, Swiss chard. So I'm going to be up potting out of these arrow gardens some of the collards that I've grown. Now, normally I don't plant out my fall garden until the first week of October. So I wasn't quite prepared. So I'm trying something different this time. Normally I up pot them out of the arrow garden into soil. And then that way I can take them outside in the soil and let them harden off or get used to being outside in the sun before I plant them. But since I don't have time to do that for this competition, I'm going to transplant it straight into the soil in its final growing place. And we'll see how that works out. I do have a lot of backups, so I do have a plan B for this. So there's all different kinds of collards in here. Let's see which ones are looking the best at this point. I have normally the top bunch 2.0 collards do pretty well for me. Let's see. So this is what these are looking like. I have one good one. I'm going to separate these and plant it out. Yeah, I think that's the ones I'll use. And I have one really big one in here. Go ahead and all right, so this is the one that I'll be planting out. And I'm going to use some of this neem seed meal. I've actually had pretty good results with it. I'm not going to use a lot. And I'm going to make sure to thoroughly mix it into the seed starting mix. If you forget to mix it in and you just let it sit on top, it will form like a white mold on the soil. So you want to make sure you thoroughly mix it in. And so I am going to start for cabbage. I have a stone head cabbage. So I'm going to start this in a cup and set it outside for it to germinate. But I'm also going to start another AeroGarden cycle and start some backup seedlings in it as well. All right. Oh, it's hardly any seeds in there. You see that? So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then I'm going to put some vermiculite on top. Now everything is ready to go outside, and I'm putting that cabbage, Top Bunch 2.0 cabbage, straight from the AeroGarden right into the planting hole. And we're going to see how this works out. So once I get it buried in, put the mulch back in place, I'm going to go ahead and cover it up so that nothing can get to it. I'm going to use this Dollar Tree mesh wastebasket and then just some lawn staples to hold it in place. Good luck to everyone else in the contest and happy growing.